Hello and welcome back to Terra Invicta. In the last episode, we more or less cleared off the aliens in Earth, or completely cleared them off around Earth. And that, for this episode, has now given us a few options. Namely, we could, if we felt like it, start to build low Earth stations. We could build stuff in Earth. Now, if you remember the low Earth fleet, if we go to Epicurus Station, right? These labs, when they're in Earth orbit, give bonuses. And that can be very nice to get all those bonuses in low Earth orbit, including the tier 2 version of this, which gives more control point cap. Which eventually we're going to want the entirety of low Earth orbits all filled up with these administration nodes in order to take over the entire world. That is something to think about. The other big thing we also want to worry about a little bit, usually I try and ignore it because it's not that huge a deal, but it's nice to sort out at some point, is money. We have a big money issue. We're constantly losing money. It's just not great. So how do we fix this? Well, a way to get money, which does help a little bit. I mean, it can be just nice to have basically are certain habitat buildings. So if we go here, we go to the tech tree, we look at the full tech tree, go full search, we go tier 2. Then we can see there are a few. So the first one is the Space Hotel. This is a tier 2 module, which gives 80 money, and it also gives 2 influence, which a little bit more influence. You know me, I love influence. Really, really nice. There's the residential module, which only gives 12, so we'll skip over that one. There's the Space Medical Center, which gives 60 and gives a little bit of biological research. And then last is the Nanofactory, which gives 90. So Nanofactory is 90, the medical center is 60, and the hotel is 80. So the hotel can only be built in low Earth, in the Earth lunar system. Can't be built anywhere else. In addition, Nanofactory has an upkeep. It has a monthly support cost, as you can see there, 10 metals, 1 rare metal. So it has like this kind of metals upkeep, which is what it kind of turns into money in a way. So the Nanofactory can be good, and we do have a few of them around. But what we're going to probably want is a whole bunch of space hotels, and then maybe also a whole bunch of Nanofactories, because Nanofactories do also give a 2% bonus to economy. So if we have a whole bunch of them in the Earth orbit, we can get bonuses to economy, which is something we will start to want to be doing at some point soon. And the other thing we're also going to want to maybe build soon will be these administration towers. The reason why, these tier 2 administration towers give a 5% bonus to production of metals and things, give the 12 control points when in Earth orbit, so really, really good, but they also give a mission control. So having one of these in all of our habitats will just mean that we're a lot less worried about mission control and can give us the freedom to build up even more. But some of these things could be really nice to start getting, and money is an issue. But usually a lot of those things, every time you're getting like a space hotel, that's a lab you could have gotten, which could boost your science. But like money, which you don't really need money. So usually I won't bother, but I'll probably build like a few hotels. And I might, for the rest of the Mars places that don't have nanofactories, build some nanofactories on Mars. But for right now, I'm happy with all the science we're getting. And I don't want to hurt our science, so that will only be if we get some more points elsewhere. I'll build up some nanofactories. The other thing I wanted to talk about in between episodes, which this is almost done, so it'll matter then, is ECMs have completely changed. So this is a component that I will be getting later on. The reason I'm not getting it now is because it doesn't work against aliens. You need a specific tech to let it work against aliens, which I'll probably unlock any day now. It might be some part of alien computer science. I don't know. It will show up here eventually. But the ECM used to essentially, what it would do is just delete missiles. And as you can see, it does that here as well. 20% chance to detonate early and do no damage. However, it also does a 20% chance to force a weapon into cooldown when the ship is targeted. So what that means is that essentially if an ECM hits if we shoot an alien ship and they have an ECM and they hit our lasers, the laser will basically stop firing for a little bit, which is not what we want. That sounds pretty bad. So the targeting computer, which I used to always skip because it would overcome ECM, has also been changed. It gives a bonus to have modules and surface-based defenses as well. So this will make all of our surfaces and stuff stronger just by researching it. We don't even need to use it. And putting this on our ship will also mean that our lasers get stopped by ECM more. So this used to be completely useless unless you're doing missiles, but now it actually has a use. And this I think is a lot better, and it's kind of like not just missiles, it's kind of everything, which is really, really interesting. So we'll definitely be messing around with both of these at some point. Yeah, really cool. Thank you very much to the commentator who pointed that out, because I was kind of scoffing at Humanity First for using them, and little did I know they actually had good reason to, and I was wrong. There we go. But yeah, I'll definitely be using those and trying them out, because yeah, always been a big fan of ECM. I think it's a really, really important component for massive battles. Even better now. That's really, really nice. And yeah, so we'll worry about low Earth in a little bit. The only thing I'm worried about is building a bunch of low Earth stations is that our control over Earth is a little bit vulnerable. I mean, there's still a lot of large alien fleets that are larger than us. All they have to do is for one of those fleets to return to Earth, and they could just go around and just blow up all of our stations. But they've left this one alive for ages at this point. So for now, we'll upgrade this one to orbital core. Yep, we'll upgrade that one to orbital core. See if we can get a little bit out of it. We'll check the moon as well, Luna. Is the site with all the visuals open? It is. So we could redo Korolev Crater as well. Now the issue why we can't is because we don't have any money, as usual. So we need to sell again. Which is slightly annoying. There we go, let's sell. Because we don't want to be keeping doing this, because our resources are kind of going down and down and down to do this. So let's... Now, if you found that outpost and upgrade to settlement, it costs less boost. But when the difference in boost is so marginal, I'm just going to straight up found an outpost. I don't really care. Let's build this on Korolev. So we can do settlement mining. Let's do fusion, 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 fusion. Let's build our... Are they the layered defense arrays? Let's build a nano factory so that we have one of these in the system, and it will also give us 90 money, so we don't need to use money to build stuff in the Earth system anymore. Let's build a farm here, and then these last 3 shots we could do social science, which we're definitely going to need. But social science gives bonuses to government, so I'd rather try and build those in low Earth orbit. And we do not have the hospital yet researched. So what I'm going to do is actually leave these slots open and try and research the hospital to try and turn Korolev Crater here into a hotel. So we'll have like the Korolev Crater Resort. Everyone wants to come on a holiday here. Yeah, once this is done, we'll start trying to research those hotels and things. And yeah, let's build a few orbitals. So let's build in low Earth orbit. How many should we found? For now, let's just found 3 or 4. Let's do 4 for now. Yeah, so we have 5 in total. Yep, so these ones, let's do 4 fusion. Let's do farm. Let's do do we want lead? We should have at least 2, I think. Just so you can't just kill it with a single alien ship. You need to commit at least a little bit. Because these do have a green arc laser battery, so they are a little bit defended, but we should get a better anti-ship weapon for the lower slot and actually research something, and then a better point defense weapon as well. Just so these are a little bit stronger. But yeah, so let's do that. Let's save it as a template, and then all these remaining slots we can fill with whatever we want. So let's do some social science. Let's do a nanofactory on each one, because these also give economy. The social sciences give bonus to government. Let's definitely get a xenoscience for alien detection. What else? A lot of good ones here. Bonuses to armies, bonuses to military, there's bonuses to knowledge, bonuses to mission control. Let's do a bonus to mission control, and let's try and leave the last slot open for now so that we can get these administration nodes. Or we could build the tier 1 variants actually and upgrade them later. Let's do that, so that we know that we're keeping that slot open for them. So that's Vary and Fry. And then I'll do the rest of these as well. So Florence Nightingale, apply, Vary and Fry, do a social science again, let's do a space science, a xenoscience, the administration node, and a nanofactory. We're literally doing the same thing again. That's fine. Rousseau, Vary and Fly, apply, nano, xeno. Now let's do a few different things. Materials. Let's do a life science for welfare, because we're still doing welfare. And let's do an information for knowledge. So I have finished all these. They're mostly all the same. Oh, Rousseau, I didn't build a administration. What should I get rid of? Let's get rid of this information. We already have one. Okay, let's do that. And then I'm going to start renaming all these. So while I rename. Okay, so I have renamed all of the things. So orbit they're in, this one's in the ISS, and it's the third ISS, so it's ISS 3. We have all these low Earth stations. We have our shipyards in L1. Probably should call it Lunar Earth L1, but for now we'll just call it L1 because I know what that is. And then our 2 Martian shipyards as well. So yeah, that's the current ways of looking at it. And for now, let's just continue. Yeah, and we'll try and build a few more in low Earth orbit later on. The issue I'm worried about is if we're over money, what you essentially get is, so if I ever go over mission control, this is one of the reasons why we're kind of limited here. If I go over mission control, it's very, very easy for enemy agents to go up into space to low Earth orbit, which they can just do. Is agents can just go into orbit. It's something I basically never do. But they can do the orbit mission, go into orbit, take over your station and fly back down. If you're low on money or if you're low on mission control, it's incredibly easy. Which is why it's difficult doing this when you're low on those resources. And it's really annoying when the AIs steal your space stations. Anything above low Earth orbit, they basically can't just do that with. So we might build some kind of medium Earth orbit, higher Earth orbit stations, which have which is where we will try and focus our like hospitals and stuff. For low Earth orbit, we're not going to put them there. Hospitals, I mean hotels and things. Yeah, so let's continue. Okay, institutional bastions are +10. So let's start with the hotel. Oh, okay, I was confused why I couldn't do it, so I've gone to the research screen here, and that, the AI, for like one of the first times ever, has never done space tourism, which is a global tech that only costs 1,000 to unlock the tourist berth, which is slightly irritating because I kind of want a few of them. So we can't do that for now. So instead, we will do ECMs and targeting computers for the future. And hopefully when we next win an exotic tech, which looks like it's going to be this one, so we're still a whiles off winning an exotic tech, we'll do it then. But it's not the end of the world. I mean, those kind of hospitals and stuff, usually there are better ways of getting money. Namely more spoils countries, which is the last thing we could do with our control cap, is just try and re-grab a spoils country. Like Ireland has gone up to 3 control points at this point, which is insane because per capita GDP is so unbelievably high. It's really waiting to be a spoils country at this point. Singapore would be an amazing spoils country because it's very low inequality with insane per capita GDP. But it does have, Pan-Asian Combine does have a claim on it. But we could still do Singapore as a spoiled country. I mean, United Arab Emirates is still good as a spoiled country. And, you know, we could always return back to good and trusty Algeria. Although their unrest is actually going up, so maybe not. And there are choices for spoils countries.
Ready for orders.
Which one shall we do for spoils then? Let's do... Which one should be easier? That's a minus 40, a minus 42, minus 43. Just because they haven't bothered protecting it. Now then, let's do Singapore as a spoils country. Because to be honest, with its tiny population, if we spoils it for a bit, we can then later incorporate it into China and not have any issues. So it can be like a short-term spoils country. Yeah, so let's do that.
Terminating the opposition.
Ready for orders. Turning up the heat.
Yep, and we can more or less double crack down on it, which is really, really nice. We don't need to spend that much on the purge. Let's just do 16 influence.
Where to? Ready.
Sydney advise America.
Acknowledged. Targeting the opposition.
Ahramal actually advised China to help the army along. Yeah, that alien is terrible. And then Yen.
Offering counsel.
Republic campaign. Continue.
Lending my expertise.
Standing by. I will tell our story.
Okay, yeah, so we can get some spoils nations to get our money, because that's just an easy way of sorting out money as well, which is often a lot more effective. You can have a lot of hotels for the same as like a spoils nation or two. Which is usually I'd like to have all these points dedicated to nations I'm actually using, but when I don't have that luxury, you kind of got to do what you got to do. Okay, and North Korea has now fallen. So let's send all the armies home. Yeah, nice easy way of grabbing North Korea with no fuss. Alien ships are arriving in Mars. Obviously we don't have the mission control for that. We'll have to handle it as is.
We've hit them where it hurts. Their control is vulnerable now.
Okay, we've done a crackdown in Singapore. Singapore for some reason is rivals to Japan. Interesting. Alien administration. The alien administration will be constantly asking me for peace, and we just have to say no every time. Unless Russia actually wants to attack them, but they seem to just be happy sitting here doing nothing. Okay, so ECM is researched. So let's start on some of these. Our mines provide 15% more water. There'll be stuff to do all the other resources as well later on. That's one choice. We could start to do this stuff, like bonus damage to human armies, bonus damage to alien armies. Less damage from alien weapons is really, really good. Let's do that one. Less damage from alien weapons. Yep, so debris juicy, we're not actually able to remove debris, so 50 research. Okay, targeting computer 2, don't really care. We'll do that in a bit as well. The tech we're mainly focusing on right now is the Greater United North America. So we can add in Quebec, and we can also add in Mexico, because Mexico is still not in a great state. And Mexico is a huge amount of population. Like when that gets added onto USA, that will really shoot down its inequality, it will shoot down its GDP, it will shoot down its military score. So when we're actually going to incorporate Mexico, we've got to be ready for it.
Standing by.
Yep, and here we will do klepto. And we will try and start earning some spoils. Okay. Let's do 32.
Our enemies.
Because now that we've taken 1 point, they might come and defend.
Center of power. Reporting in.
Where do you need me?
Ready.
Do that, yen, make it a little bit easier with a public campaign.
Reporting in.
And
We
then
must persuade
we'll just
the
keep
people.
advising both countries as before.
Offering assistance.
Okay.
Ready for my mission.
Yeah, mission control is a little bit of a limiting factor right now, but we are slowly fixing it on our big countries, which isn't the most effective way, but as we're doing these unions and we add more and more countries in, it will slowly more and more fix our mission control. We're going to add, you know, the 14 from South Korea. We'll get there eventually. We need to make so in February we can add in Japan to China.
Offering support.
Offering support.
Which will be fun and will definitely hurt our cohesion and cause unrest and things. So we're going to have to put a lot of resources towards dealing with that.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Let's put back on welfare then in China, just for that eventuality. We took it off for a little bit, but let's put it back on. Even though our cohesion is really high, it is going to drop down again.
We've neutralized their key people.
More alien ships arriving in Mars orbit. They have not bombarded me yet, which is interesting. The Texra are coming to low Mars orbit. Yeah, they are just bombarding probably these Humanity First sites. I mean, that's fine for now. Now, another thing we will want to do at some point, although I'm still waiting a little bit just for a little bit more tech, there's no rush to do it really, is to make a push towards Jupiter, and also we would love to get Mercury. There's a lot of things we would love to have and be able to do. At this stage of the game. Okay, let's zoom back in, Alp. More klepto. Let's crack down
Targeting their key.
the executive.
Ready for orders.
Acknowledged.
Down the executive.
Please keep me safe. Ready.
Purge the executive.
What's the op? Acknowledged.
At your service.
Buys America.
Ready for my mission.
Buys China. And then yen. Do one more public campaign in Singapore.
We'll make our appeal.
So that the people are happy with me coming over and doing kleptocracy on them. We don't care about Japan getting a bigger country because Japan won't exist anymore very soon.
I will help them.
Offering counsel.
But yeah, so how much money are we getting from the spoils? So as you can see here, 7.9 per day in the recent 7-day period. So we'll see once that updates how much we'll actually be getting. In terms of money, just from spoils.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
In addition with Korolev, because we're so far off the research for the stuff, we should actually build something here in the meantime. And then replace it at a later point. Honestly, because of the kind of stuff we're doing right now, let's just build social science. Okay. I wish we could do this. I mean, we can do this. We just need some money. No, that still doesn't work. Okay, that's annoying. So we can't do anything, so we're going to get massive damage to Chicago region because we don't have any money.
I will report when my mission is complete.
At the beginning of the event. Okay, more alien facilities in Chad, yeah. Oh god, okay. A popular and well-presented news presenter has made an unexpectedly crazy alien arrival on the air. He spoke about how great they are, blah blah blah. If we're the initiative, we can like gain money and stuff. It's really, really good, that one. Humanity First can annihilate the democracy and just kill them. And then the alien servants are like, good job. We're the academy. That's going to knock down our cohesion though. Then our cohesion is 5.4, so if we put it on this, it puts it closer to 5. And gives a massive public opinion boost to the
Our
servants.
associates are now in charge.
That's slightly annoying. Okay, so Singapore is ours.
I'm here.
That should help
Ready
with the
for my
spoils. It's interesting that the cohesion in Saudi Arabia is so high, considering they're on very high, 5.7. Could do some spoils in Saudi Arabia. That's actually a good spoils country at this stage of the game. Especially as all these oil regions give bonuses to the spoils priorities. And Saudi Arabia has 3 of them, so grabbing Saudi Arabia as a spoils nation can actually be a really good idea. But we don't really have the room for it, unfortunately.
Porting in. Going off the grid.
Where to?
Sydney Hyde. Let's also ally Singapore to China and America so that it's safe. Yep, so Leah
Offering
advise
support.
Reporting in.
China, Alp advise
I will
America.
help them.
Yen, let's do a public campaign in
Ready.
America.
Standing by.
I'm here.
Ahramal, do xenofauna hunting. Do we have any to hunt? Not really, just a little bit on the borders, so
Gear
let's attack.
Where do you need me?
And then Madrisia. Japan is undefended currently, so is Singapore, so let's defend Japan
Protecting our
first. We can do
interests.
Singapore next turn. I should protect Japan up until the point we're ready to incorporate it into China. Oh, there's
Raiding pursuit.
a lot of
Offering
xenofauna
counsel.
around here.
Offering console.
Securing our control.
Oh well. Okay, shipyards in L1. So, now that this shipyard area here is complete, the low Earth blockaders, we can kind of resupply, we can repair. But all the ships that are here, I believe all of them are ready to be upgraded. So let's go here, let's go ship construction, refit dock ship. The block 2s destroyers can become block 3s. Yep. That will upgrade their weapons and stuff. And the battle cruisers can't become block 3s. So we'll obsolete that one. Yep, so what class are you? Yep, these are all block 2s, but the block 2s are not allowed to upgrade to the block 3s. Because I replaced some of the laser engines. Yeah, that's right. Okay. That is fine then. So we're going to upgrade some ships. Yep, so the aliens have just taken this opportunity to bring a fleet over to Earth. Fortunately, yeah, all those stations we've built, they're all about to get blown up. This is what I thought might happen. Slightly frustrating, but there's nothing we can really do about it. Oh, and they actually decided to bombard me. Infiltration, escalation, now devastation. Firing from within our orbit, the aliens have unleashed a ruinous assault upon a region of Earth. While their target was localized rather than global, the death toll will be high, and every soul on Earth may wake each morning wondering if this day may be their last. Faced with this demonstration of overwhelming extraterrestrial might, humanity is torn, more so than ever before, between submission, resistance, or escape. Yeah, so they've decided to bombard America 1, which basically is kind of pointless. They won't really do any damage to it. They're just kind of being annoying.
The people will come to our side.
Yeah, so in like a month or so, once at least 4 of the ships have been refit of the destroyers, we'll head out to try and stop the aliens. In fact, ship construction. Cancel those, and we'll wait for these 4 ships to be ready, and then that will be the fleet we send out. To do a merge all. So the other low Earth orbitals have been kept alive because the alien fleet is too busy trying to blow up Earth.
The LZ is
Oh, they're actually doing some damage to the army. Very interesting that they're actually doing damage to it. It used to be that this literally would not do anything, but now they're actually going to destroy my army. That's quite scary that they buffed... Okay, so it used to be that alien ships, if they decided to bombard your armies from space, would basically not do any damage. It was more or less a waste of time. Now they're seriously destroying my army. That's annoying. Because we can't come and defend it, so it's going to die, unfortunately. Yep. Alien Megaformer through Budapest. Just everyday things. Sydney advise America.
Your orders.
See, now I'm thinking maybe it's worth to get a space defenses just so this doesn't happen to my armies. I'm gonna kind of hide all my armies under the space defenses. If they target another armies, I'll send everyone to Tokyo so that we can all kind of hide here where there's space defenses so the aliens can't blow up all my armies.
Where do you need me?
Ready. Lending my expertise.
Because we can't save America 1 at this point. Let's do a surveil. Let's attack Xenofauna.
Standing by.
Let's also attack Xenofauna with Mauricia. Let's get you a little bit more command, so you're a little bit better at fighting Xenofauna, so you can kind of assist.
ready.
And then we can keep publicly campaigning. America 1 is gone. I do not know if this fleet will be able to deal with this alien fleet. The alien fleet is quite scary. Victor 5-1-1. Battleship, corvette, battlecruiser, destroyer. I mean, it's mostly small ships. Okay, so if we look at the alien fleet, we have this battleship with the particle cannon, which, to be honest, I'm not too familiar with, but this is mainly like torpedoes and stuff, which is fine for us. We have corvettes with, okay, laser cannons, but also mag batteries, destroyers. Battle cruiser is all mag cannons, so this one won't do any damage to us. A lot of like little escorts with torpedoes. There's a lot of torpedoes here. And with this many torpedoes, we might be okay. Well, it'll be a bit of a close battle, taking on Victor 511. They're currently bombarding a Russian army. So what they're trying to do is trying to defend the alien administration.
On Overwatch.
Which is fair enough. Okay, our ships are slowly being built, so we'll join the low Earth blockaders. We'll wait for the last two. Yeah, low Earth blockaders, and the next day we'll have the last one. Low Earth blockaders. So this is our fleet. We'll do a repair in 0 hours. Now we will do a share propellant. We will equalize delta V. Because some of our ships are very, very low on delta V. Okay, we're up to 16 delta V. That's more than enough. We don't need to spend 7.3k water to resupply. Oh, Victor 511. Let's spend 7.3 delta V. Arrive in a week to try and defeat this alien fleet. Let's see if it's doable. Let's see if it goes well. They have double our strength, but we have as many ships as they do. We're ready. We've recently upgraded. We're looking good. We're looking good. We'll just have to see if we can win. And just defeating these larger alien fleets just means they spend more and more resources building fleets, less and less on armies, and that just gives us time to catch up in tech.
Target secured.
Okay. And another agent turn. Oh, okay, not an agent turn. Alien fleet. Now, I think if there's any time where the point of the exofighters is right now. Let's do all exofighters. We'll have the Viper missile pod. 15 exofighters. I mean, I don't know how much good they will do, but they should help. Let's do confirm. So we have our fleet versus Victor 511 here. 1k, 2.1k. Let's see how it goes. I don't know. This could be kind of a disaster for us, but most of their ships should all be kind of missile ships, stuff like that. I think what's best with the exofighters, it's interesting what the best choice is with the exofighters. Whether we definitely don't want them to disperse. Let's do center, so the exofighters are on the sides. Okay, just had to quickly reload the combat autosave because in gameplay I didn't have max ships allowed in combat at 90. I had it at 30, which was like the default. Because I've reinstalled the game before I start this playthrough, so this setting was at default. But yeah, we do need that at 90, so that way... all of the ships can actually exist once you have the exofighters, because a few of them were not allowed in the fight. So let's go into the battle and see what we can do. Now, we definitely don't want disperse. We don't want our fleet split out like this, so we'll turn it to center. So we have all the big ships together. Now, what do we want to do with the exofighters? I feel like because the exofighters are so vulnerable to enemy attack, that they need to stay really, really far back, or more or less behind the rest of my fleet, so that the main bulk of the fleet charges towards the enemy. They take all the heat, and then the exofighters kind of dart through, launch all their missiles that best they can, and then are kind of gone. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So let's do a high wall like this. Let's do center. And let's do maximum speed. And I think this is how we'll start the fight. So we'll do confirm. Yeah, it's immediately paused. All the exofighters. Shift click all of them. So all these exofighters, on your first available push forward, play. Yes, it's not the red one, it's the orange one. Let's slow you down a little bit, just so you're behind. Like so. So that way the rest of the fleet goes ahead, and the exofighters are a little bit behind the rest of the fleet. And what we'll also do is give you a rotate again. Like so. So they're somewhat facing. I mean, these ones are facing to the right. It doesn't really matter. And the main bulk of our army is already. Yep, and the overlapping point defense does its work. Sorry if the frame rate isn't perfect. Where is that ship going? Why is this ship? It's just Silver Wind. It's just no. It's just out of here. It does not want to be a part of this battle. Okay. Alright, more missiles coming in. Okay, we've actually begun firing. If they're not going to change formation, I'm also not going to change formation. There's a lot of incoming fire. Overlapping point defense. Oh, it's struggling. It's struggling with that amount of overlapping fire. We'll slow it down a little bit. Some of them are almost reaching. I think we're stopping them. How's the damage? Okay, one of our destroyers, the Tulovsky, has taken a lot of damage. Because some of these missiles require a lot of point effect. Ooh, big hit on the Archimedes. Crit. Ouch. Oof. Okay, this is not looking too good. So let us unleash the exofighters. So, exofighter squadron U-Lot. Do a thrust towards the enemies. Exo fight squad U-Lot. Do a thrust towards the enemies. This will take a little bit of careful control. So we'll do another thrust there with that lot. Escape. Control all of these exofighters. Do another thrust. U-Lot towards the aliens. And the plan is to just unleash missiles directly in the alien's face. Oh, some of the ships might hit our ships. Oh, we're fine, okay. Some of them are getting targeted. That's okay. Okay, all of you. Fire now. Divine Concord. So our missiles are all off. Will they hit? Doesn't look like any of them really hit. Okay, and looks like we kind of lost all of them as well. How's our damage to the aliens? Very minimal. This is not looking like a win. Not with this fleet. We're going to need a better fleet than this. And I think there's definitely a better way of using the exofighters than that. A regular fleet. Let's try and start targeting ships individually. Because right now we're kind of just targeting everything all at once. With the ships that are still standing with active weapons, that is. Yeah, a lot of our ships don't have their main weapons. Why are... Yeah, we are now shooting the Misty Veil. With this many projectiles, our point defense is just not quite enough. And that's really when this fleet, all of a sudden, really drops in quality. When all of a sudden it just can't handle the amount of incoming fire. See if we can get some kills. Let's get rid of the Misty Veil at least. And then we'll try and do Rising Wave. Misty Veil is more or less dead. Let's do Rising Wave now. Yeah, and the aliens didn't like split up like they often do. They kind of kept their cool, kept in a line. And it, yeah, meant that our numbers advantage was... meant nothing. You like Cresting Wave. Yeah, so the fleets are kind of passing each other now. I mean, a lot of our ships are still kind of active. And we have got a few kills here. Oh, so it's gone. Let's just try and finish off Misty Veil. I'm going to try and keep Rising Wave because its engine is broken. Might make the AI struggle post-battle. Yeah, it's not been a great little naval engagement for us. Our fleet is very seriously damaged. Okay, that's gone then. Let's try and do the Cold Void Destroyer. I mean, if we can just damage most of their ships, it will force them to maybe want to send their ship away to a repair bay and just kind of delay them. Keep them away from Earth for a little bit. You never know. You never quite know what's going to affect the AI. We'll speed it up now. So they have taken a reasonable amount of damage. So the game will declare this battle a draw. What else? Let's try and damage the battleship if we can. If we could do a bit of damage to its front gun, that would be really, really nice. Because then it wouldn't be able to bombard Earth. If you get it down to orange. I bet I don't think we'll be able to. Most likely way too heavily armored for that. I mean, it was a bit of a draw. I mean, we lost kind of all of the exo fighters, but yeah. Oh no, they're coming back. At least the ones, some of them are. A lot of the damaged ones are moving off. Interesting. Let's see if we can damage the main weapon of the Divine Concord. If they are coming back for round 2. That one has a laser gun. I don't like that. The Divine Concord might be a little bit. Let's focus these like. Ooh, let's focus these little corvettes and stuff as well. A lot of projectiles coming in right now. But weirdly, we can handle this volume. It's a much more accessible volume. Okay, Endless Echo's main gun has been destroyed. Let's switch over to the Evening Storm. Yep, main gun down. Let's switch over to the Diamond River, although usually, yep, main gun down. Okay, the Autumn Storm. You can just be hitting the middle of it. Okay, we're getting kills here with this lot. That ship is down. Finish off all the ships we can. Evening Storm, gone. Summer Moon. Can we get it? Thing is, the battleship is so much closer right now. Let's switch to the battleship because we can actually shoot it in the back from here. And the sides and stuff based on its angle, which yet has been really good. Okay, the battleship might go. Divine Concord, we've done so much damage to its armor earlier on in the fight, it's quite a bit weakened right now. Even though a lot of our ships are very heavily damaged as well. The aliens are willing to give up and declare me the winner. This red circle here means. But we're not going to do that until the last of the alien ships has fled. As it's gone out of range of our ships. Oh, the Summer Moon is like it's charging towards us. The Summer Moon is like giving its life so the battleship can escape. But the battleship, I doubt, has a working engine anymore. So let's get rid of the Summer Moon. Let it do its heroic sacrifice. Very, very heroic. can just imagine like the TV show where like the crew of the Summer Moon are like, "No, Commander, we'll slow them down." And it's gone. Yep, and then the Divine Concord will be out of range at this point, so we'll just agree to end the battle. We'll agree to end the battle. There we go. Okay. Victory for the Academy. I mean, kind of victory. We had a lot of casualties. We lost the Angalonke, the Song Xingjiang, the Tulovsky, the Copernicus, which has been for a lot, the poor Copernicus. That might be able to make it back. We'll see the Archimedes and the Einstein might not be able to make it back for repairs, but we'll have a look. And we did do a lot of damage to them. I mean, their surviving ships are not looking in a great spot. Overall, we did more damage to them than they did to us. So I'll take it. Yeah, our Miliges are not able to leave. So let's have a look at the ships responsible. So if we mouse over them, max combat acceleration of the Kumamoto 0.34. Of this one is 6.2, so that one can move. This one, 7.5 megags. So it might just be the Kumamoto. So if we do share propellant, we'll grab get that one on that side. It's the Archimedes with the red front that's damaged. Okay. Move over all the Archimedes fuel. Split the Archimedes. Split 0.16 milligs. That won't be enough. We can get to low Earth though with that. Can we get to L1? Oh, almost. Let's equalize the delta V. There we go. And then we'll transfer to Earth. Lunar L1, the L1 shipyards. And then we can do repair / resupply on arrival. We won't do that because we don't want to necessarily resupply. Let's transfer. We go and get repaired. And then this ship here, we will scuttle. And we'll return. Very, very slowly because our acceleration is massively weakened because some of these ships have already damaged engines. But there's no real rush. I mean, it's going to take actually a number of months to return. So maybe maybe we probably shouldn't be doing that, but it doesn't matter. It'll take like a month and a half. With that mass casualty event as well, we should start thinking about new ships. So one of the things I've done here, which I don't like to do, is the Kumamoto Block 2 can't upgrade to the Kumamoto Block 3. So I don't like that this is called the Kumamoto Block 3. I'm actually going to delete it, and we're going to go to the ship designer, and we're going to build an entirely new battle cruiser. So the 720 green arc laser. We're going to add a repair bay this time. We're going to add the fuel boost. Let's add the power and the drive. Check that's the right one. Yep. We'll add the quantum battery. We'll add the radiator. We're going to need a molten salt heatsink, and we will also add a laser engine. No point in adding the ECM yet because it doesn't work on aliens, and we don't need to overcome ECM because at the end of the day, a laser engine is still really, really good. So, green arc lasers for point defense. Turn this onto attack mode. Armor, still use the nanotube. Let's see if we can get away with 40 front, just like before. Max out the engines. Yeah, and this should be fine. The Zhu Guangqi class battle cruiser looks pretty good. Once again, slow acceleration. It's a slow ship. And we'll have it as space superiority. Now, another thing we could try and do is say that these ships aren't for interplanetary travel. Obviously, our current ships, they can all move around on an interplanetary scale, right? We could just say, the new ships, in order to save water, we can just say they only have 21 kps. So if we build them on Earth, that's where they remain. However, if we're going to do that, we'd probably want a different engine. And I like having the flexibility. So what we might do, rather than kind of going 40, we'll go more like 30. So we could move between interplanetary, but it will be quite slow. Somewhere in the middle, perhaps. It's an option. I might keep the KPS kind of low, though. Keep it at like 21. So these can do interplanetary stuff easier. But they're not really for interplanetary travel. Yeah, I think that's fine, because you can always upgrade them later on with more propellant tanks if you need to. So let's save the design and let's build these on Earth. So ship construction, L1. The Zhu Guangqi class battle cruisers. 150 days, we'll have 4 more. Now, I would like to build more on Mars to send to Earth as well. So let's go back here. Let's do an upgrade. Let's go here and let's do up to 90, and we'll call this a different name. We'll call it, what should we call it? Our like naming theme is like great people, so we'll just do, I don't know, who's a great person we could do, like Einstein or someone. Let's just do Joan of Arc. Why not? So this is the Joan of Arc class. And then we'll try and build some Joan of Arc classes at the shipyards. But you see that's going to kind of eat up all of our water. Yeah, so we need a little bit more water to build these last 2. That's fine. We'll build that. There we go. So continue. Yeah, and that should be our kind of extra ships to help refund our losses that we've suffered. And you can see why I always thought, you know, water's so important. It's always the one you run out of first. It's always water. Because you just need so much just to do any kind of movement around the solar system.
Lending my expertise.
Keep advising Earth. Keep advising China.
What's the op?
Keeping fighting the xenofauna.
Where to? We're going in.
Ready to go?
So, alien up here. Let's give him an investigate.
We'll recon the site.
Ready.
And how close are we to being able to incorporating Japan as well? 27th February, so still a short whiles off. To join the Federation, yeah, we still need to be alliances for a little bit longer. Okay, very nice. And Yen can keep, let's do a inspire on Massarinia because his loyalty is only 9. He's our transparent one, so we know his loyalty. So
I will report when mission is complete. Offering support.
yeah, let's do that.
Offering counsel.
We did lose one of our low Earth stations. I'm not going to build any more for now because I still want my mission control for the ships I'm going to be building. Yeah, our mission control are building ships for a total of 36 mission control, but we don't have the cap for, so... Now should I... The other thing is, should I actually bother rebuilding these exofighters? I'm going to say no. I will build them in Quebec, because Quebec has nothing else to do, but in America and China I'm not going to bother continuing to build more exofighters. Because I just don't really value them at this point. Once we actually have ships in Earth, the exofighters are mostly not very useful.
I have new information.
It's annoying that this fleet is still like bombarding me and stuff. Who's it bombarding now? Said...
Tell me your orders.
And it's America 2 in Seattle. Is it actually doing any damage? Yeah, okay, so... We have access to Space Defense Complex, so let's just send the army to Tokyo. Hopefully it'll get there before it gets destroyed. But let's just send all the American armies to Tokyo. I don't know if this will stop bombardment or if it will just mean that that Japan will be able to fire back. Which, if that's the case, might be quite nice. Let's build... it's so much money, though. Okay. Our low Earth orbit stations are more or less researched. And hopefully soon this will mean that this number should start shooting up once we have more and more HAB modules. Will we actually make it in time? Doesn't look like we're going to. The alien administration has just peacefully annexed Chad. Okay.
Recon complete.
Now, one of the ways we could stop the aliens bombarding my armies is by actually declaring peace with the alien administration. Which I might do at this point, because it is slightly irritating. We are back down to 6 armies, but to be honest, we had a lot of armies of America. We don't need that many armies. It's the same with China. China's on 6. It's about to be on 8. We really don't need so many armies. Every additional army costs more upkeep, so that's why I'm not really caring that much that all these armies are getting destroyed. Because the large alien invasions are mostly a thing of the past. If we can keep up these fleets and stuff in Earth orbit, we don't actually... The time of, like, the military really mattering is almost actually gone. And we spent so much time and effort upgrading our army to be as good as possible just for that short part of the game. And that's more or less how it works, you know. Let's advise America still.
Where do you need me?
Advise China. Alpha 30. You must have been around for a while at this point. Let's see if you're any good.
At your service.
Aframal has been discovered by the servants, so please go to ground. Same with Yen.
Going off the grid.
Ready for orders. Going into hiding.
How frustrating them to be bombarding me.
Offering assistance.
Evading pursuit.
What is their navy doing right now? It's shooting the Russian army now. Okay. Victor 6. There's another fleet coming to Earth. Okay. Yeah, we're halfway to L1, limping our way back. I mean, the thing is, I want to keep as many ships alive as possible. From the low Earth blockaders. That's why I'm happy doing this very slow limp.
We've got some intel on our target.
It's probably worth finishing off that fleet though. I didn't realise that they could just keep bombarding and stuff. Ah, it's not the end of the world. I mean, AI Russia pretty much always builds way too many armies anyway. So having a few of them destroyed, it doesn't really matter. They are successfully saving themselves. Okay, and according to the threat, we are in total war. Oh, and a servant, Beniko, has launched. So this is one of the things that aliens they do. This is what I was talking about when you have negative money and stuff, is they will come and try and take our habitats. Which is very, very rude of them. How's our spoils? Yeah, our spoils is only 23.8 per day from Singapore, which isn't terrible. I mean, it's almost half of our negative, but yeah, it's not great. But getting another spoils country could be a good idea. I'm going to do Saudi Arabia, considering that its rest cohesion is currently 7.3 and it seems to be at a very stable peaceful. Probably because of its really low government score with 2 armies, meaning that the people are very, very suppressed. But let's come and grab it.
At your service.
How good is Alpha 30? Alpha 30 is alright, actually. Let's kill Alpha 30 first. So 64 ops.
Standing
Oh,
by.
64 ops.
At your service.
Yen,
Where to?
defend Leah.
I'll keep them safe.
You know, Mauricia,
At your service.
and Leah. Darthramal and
Standing
Alp.
by for orders.
Yen.
The VIP.
Begin publicly campaigning in Saudi Arabia to make it easier to take.
I will try to sway the public.
And Sydney do an
Ready
advice.
to go. Lending my expertise.
Okay, very nice.
Offering counsel.
I'll keep them safe.
On guard.
We've almost arrived. And the next generation of ships is still a little bit away. The Joan of Arcs and the Yuguanjis. I don't know how to say this name, by the way, so that's why I'm pronouncing it differently every time. Okay, where Leah Abbott failed, Alp succeeded.
The people will
Indian
come to
army is
our
dealing with the
side.
megafauna. Nope, the megafauna runs away. Yeah, but they don't like me having Singapore, which is slightly annoying. It's my fault I didn't bother to defend it. I'm always like lazy with defending my points. And it's something I need to work on. I'm just too focused on other things. Yeah, so ISS 3 has been captured because he's done a control space mission asset, which is irritating. It's because I actually didn't build anything here because I'd only just upgraded it to tier 2. So it was very, very easy to take. But that is honestly fine. It doesn't really matter. We have the other ones and it's reduced our mission control. I felt like we had a bit too many anyway, which is why I didn't really bother fighting it. Yeah, there you go. It's just an interesting thing that happens. Not the end of the world though, doesn't really matter. Greater United North America is researched. Amazing. Let's just research these like random stuff. And should we focus on global techs or I think some of these alien techs? Alien warships for bonus damage against the alien fleet. Sydney, keep advising America. Like, Abbott has somehow... Okay, this turn actually, when they do that as well, take over your points, they gain significant intelligence. What that means is they've discovered all of my agents.
Ready for my mission.
So we need to do one of those turns with the mass...
Your orders?
The mass holiday
Standing by. Going silent.
is what I like to call it.
Do you need me?
Yep, everyone go on holiday.
Going silent.
We'll have to do... Basically just means we can't do anything for a turn. Alien warships. You can read it about the alien ships. These do fusion, plasma containment. They have incredible heat sinks and stuff, all using exotics, which we probably won't build. Yep, so that's a nice buff to us. Let's still do some more of these. Let's do Maastricht-Kova, so we can maybe get below total war for a little bit once again. Let's do a repair. Repair and resupply. Interestingly not going to cost... Oh, because I don't have much fuel anyway. So let's just do repair and resupply. So it'll only give us as much fuel as it can spare, which is very, very little.
Down.
Going into hiding.
Going silent.
Initiating deep cover.
You know, I do not think we are on total. Okay, more alien fleets. This is coming straight for our shipyard, Victor 609. They are not messing around now. Now it's total war, all of a sudden. Large fleet directly for my fleet. However,
Going into hiding.
I don't fully... I think we might have a chance. We just need to repair up and build up a few more ships. We also have the shipyard here, which will give us a nice boost with a bunch of defense arrays. That's what I mean, like, even if we lose everything here, it's not the end of the world, really. We've been fighting the aliens, we've been distracting them. This whole time, the aliens have been a lot stronger than us. And yeah, there hasn't been much we can do about that. But I think that's where I will end the episode, with the knowledge that a very, very large alien fleet is on its way. Can we defend against it? I don't know. We will really have to... It's one of those things I never feel like I can tell. Any battle I feel like I'm going to lose. I win. Battles I think I'm going to win. I lose. It's this one that's targeting us, yeah. Victor 609. And it's a battleship and a lot of battle cruisers, and then a lot of kind of corvettes to overwhelm our point defense. 20 ships in total. It's probably going to defeat us. We'll have to wait and see. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.